You know me. No, I'm a master gardener. I'm an excellent gardener, and I know everything there is to know about gardening. Okay, let me just start off. Why is that a giggle? Why are you giggling like that? Because it's not true, that's why. But I do know this. You, Katie Dubois, are all about this. You live this, and I have never seen you more excited.
I know.
Than you were about this Pinku. So first of all, what's a Pinku?
Pinku is a brand new. I mean, I am telling you, you guys love new stuff. You have never seen this before in the United States. This is a rose from Japan.
In the country?
In the whole country.
That's
we
amazing.
Are the very first to be able to bring it to you.
They're like these mini roses or something.
They are so sweet. I mean, look at this. We talk about, they are called a spray rose, and the difference in that in a traditional rose, we've got long stem roses. There are like hundreds of blooms on these flowers. Look at this,
wow.
Like 1, 2, 3. I mean, hundreds of blooms cover these flowers.
What other countries are they found in? Because you were talking about when people buy just stems of these, they cost like $50 for stems.
Right, so they're big for the floral market. So I've seen them.
Oh, the floral market as kind of the master filler.
As a cut stem. So as 12 of them went for like almost $100. So what you are getting are 2 plants. You're getting 2 plants. Look, they already have some blooms on them.
They do have some blooms on them.
Yours may or may not when you get them home, but these are perennial.
So coming back next year.
Come back year after year.
They've never been seen before, never been seen in the United States. So why are you shopping for new, for fresh, for exciting? 3 CPMs of 1233. So while they're here, the growing guide comes with it.
Yes.
I'm going to call right now and take me through it in different parts of the country.
Okay.
Where do I put them?
So full sun, any type of roses that you get home, you want to think about a spot that gets full sun, meaning at least 4 to 6 hours of sun. These are amazing because now they can go in containers. You put these sweet roses, 2 in these side containers next to your door. Put them leading to your back patio. You can even put them in mixed containers. They cascade. I mean, look at these, like hundreds of roses. Look at all
they really are.
I mean, they're little, they're tiny and petite, but they absolutely
But they're also dense. In this pot as well. So there's hundreds of them.
Yes.
And will they bloom throughout the season?
Yes. So they bloom late spring, early summer, of course, depending on where you live. And then there'll be continuous waves of blooms that come throughout the summer until frost.
Until frost.
Yes.
Pinku roses. These are here. They're the mini roses. They're first time in the United States, and we've got them from Cottage Farms. So if you're shopping right now, we're busy on the phones. You're looking for new and fresh and exciting, full sun. Do I have to... Like roses, do I have to cut them back or anything?
So that's the great thing about these is that they could not be easier. So I know a lot of you are busy like me. I'm busy too. I do love to garden, but you don't want any fuss or muss. This is going to be one of those types of plants that is so hardy, so no diseases, no pruning needed.
Okay.
It only grows to be about 18 to 20 inches tall and wide. So it's a little petite plant.
They're the petite roses, but a million of them.
A million of them on a petite plant.
You're getting 1 of 2 of these.
Yes.
So you're going to call, click. This is on its way. This is not a little itty bitty plant. It's going. How long before this guy becomes that guy?
So these are also really fast growers. So by the end of your first growing season, it will be this size. But year after year, you will get more and more and more flowers.
They are technically, as you're shopping, by the way, 700 people are on the line. The Pinku roses are making their national American debut right now, and 132-538. It's technically a rose.
It is technically a rose. It's in the spray rose family, which what that means is kind of that the roses grow like grapes. So instead of a long stem, single bloom at the end, they grow up and down the stem, which is why it gives this effect that the whole shrub is covered with roses. I like to think of it kind of like twinkle lights. They're these little pink twinkle lights that are dotted along your plant. And you know, Rick, sometimes we have representations. We have faux flowers during this time of year, but I want to make sure everyone knows what we have here is the actual plant.
Oh, you mean on air right now?
On air right now.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. These are gorgeous, and they're really, really detailed and subtle. And you just take a look at close-up shot of these, and they are these mini roses. Like they almost look like gigantic roses with that chop.
I know.
Right? They're small, but they're really dense and they're beautiful. How much water when I first get it? Like you would a traditional
rose? So especially if you have them planted in containers or hanging baskets. That's the cool thing about these is that they can go now in more of a hanging basket or window box because they really do have more of this kind of cascading effect.
Look at this shot, by the way. We're live. This is live Studio Park, and we're making a debut of a brand new mini rose. These are the mini roses. I want to show that growing guide so that everybody realizes you're going to get these Get them at home. Are they all going to be this fuchsia color?
They're all the fuchsia color. They're a light pink that they do get a little darker, and they have some dusting of white in them. So that's really beautiful. And they are a Japanese breeder developed these, and then they were released to Europe. And you would not believe how the Europeans went crazy over these.
You, my friend, were right. She's loving him.
Oh,
There's 1,800
I
remaining.
love him too.
Some really cool story. Great. So the backstory is from Japan.
Yes.
Europeans went wild. Like where in Europe? Are we talking like?
Well, you know, the great thing about Europe, Europeans love to garden, but they have much smaller spaces than we traditionally garden in. And that's why they went crazy for this, because it's that romantic, that cottage look, but it makes a big impact in a small space. And you're going crazy over it like I did, because it's nothing that you've seen before.
Let's take a moment. Brian, are you up there, my producer? Get a close-up shot, and let's count the roses. Go. 1,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I mean, there's hundreds of roses
there really
on
are.
these. Yeah.
They're great. They're really great.
Like, you can really see up close the spray there, the way that there are so many blooms at the end of the stem. And they really do. I think that they're nostalgic. I mean, a lot of people think, when they think of roses, it maybe evokes like a time when you were growing up, your grandmother. My grandmother grew roses.
1,000 ordered. There are 1,500 now remaining. 1,000 ordered. Brought this in. So what do? You call, you click. This took a long time for us to get this in stock. If this sells out tonight in this New in Bloom event, and by the way, aptly named, New in Bloom.
I know.
This is not any newer in bloom than you're seeing right now. This will be gone for the season. You can't bring them back next week.
Right, and
week
gone
after
for the
that.
season in the United States.
Wow.
Not a lot of our plants are like that.
Tell me the Cottage Farms connection. I'm really curious. I didn't ask you this.
So
How did you get them?
So, you know, in the off season, someone has to do the tough work of traveling and visiting breeders and growers, and it is our Cottage Farm team that does that. And so we have great connections with people who do bring these plants to the United States, and they know that we are able to bring them to you and give it to us exclusively, because that's what you want. You want special, unique, but easy to grow, Rick.
Yeah.
So we look for a very specific plant when we're looking for new plants, and this one just rang all of our bells.
Now, I want you to take a look at them and then cut these, and you could vase these. And you could make be your own florist.
Boutonnieres. You can, they'll dry so beautifully. If you've ever seen dried roses, so they'll dry really beautifully and they'll last in the vase. They are just a really unique flower on the shrub.
We have them in pots right now.
We do.
Could you put them in the ground?
Absolutely, you could put them in the ground. Yes.
Right?
Yeah,
and again,
they're
if you put them in the ground, how high and tall?
They're only going to get to be about 18 to 20 inches tall and wide. So if you do them in the ground, I urge you to do them at the front of your garden bed.
Sure.
Because they're small. But they are traditional roses, so they have that sweet little face. They are multi-petaled, just like Barbie's roses.
30 seconds. How excited are you and why?
I am so excited because I love plants. I love plants that have been around forever, but when I see something new that is really groundbreaking and different, that I know that you are going to love, because not only is it beautiful, but it's easy. Because you're going to get the payout of not having to do a lot of work, and it returns year after year.
Over 1,000 people shopping. There's a lot of people on the line right now. And 132-538. I'm going to be moving and grooving this hour.
Let's do it.
And then at 10 o'clock, New in Bloom, our debut event. And I'm